It's live on the marketplace with me, Emmanuel Abuaji Riafi. Now, more stories here, and today is the Africa Industrialization Day with a focus on the pharmaceutical sector. Even though Ghana's pharmaceutical industry is expected to reach $1 billion in value by the end of 2018, 70% of pharmaceutical products used in the country is imported. Speaking to Joy Business, Managing Director of Antrans Pharmaceutical, a subsidiary of Topinko Pharmacy, Kojua Sari Trefo, called for incentives for the printing industry to build the capacity to take up printing of pharmaceutical materials. Odilia Ntiama has more.
It's a 20.8 billion industry, has the potential to move from some 45 to 60 billion. I'm talking about the pharmaceutical industry. In Ghana alone, we import about 70% of our medicines, with just 30% locally produced. But guess what? Even the local production virtually has all the active ingredients also imported. So on Africa's Industrialization Day, we're asking the question of policy. We're asking issues relating to exactly how can we make medicines like these reach, well, the people who need it most, and not just reaching them, but reaching them on time to achieve Agenda 2030. At Entrance Pharmaceutical, 93 drugs are produced here. 49 of these drugs were banned on the importation market to create an enabling environment for local industries by government. But the benefits of the ban is yet to kick in, as most of the foreign companies importing the drugs will have their licenses revoked by 2020.
For now, we've not seen the impact because most of them have their medicine registered, and until the expiry of the registration, they can't import again. Some of them importers are contacting us to do contract manufacturing from them. So we are still talking. And I'm sure by 2020, most of their licenses will expire, and then they have to take from the local market.
Ghana has 38 pharmaceutical industries, the second largest in the West African sub-region, with Nigeria leading the pack with over 130 companies. It's expected that this will contribute tremendously to the value chain. However, the numbers are not transforming the local economy. Rather, foreign companies are still benefiting from importation. The 30% production done locally has all of its active ingredients still imported, including packaging materials and honey.
For the active pharmaceutical ingredient, it's 100% imported. For packaging material, we say about 80% is imported. Because looking at the packaging material printing in Ghana is very expensive, and therefore will not give you a competitive advantage. That's in terms of the paper industry.
One of the biggest challenges in the pharmaceutical industry is access to investment. While many banks concentrate on short-term borrowing to institutions, this industry will need long-term financing with minimal interest. The Ghana Exim Bank provides exactly that. The interest is 8% and a 2-year respite for the companies to really stand on their feet before repayment.
There are some key things the government can do to fast-track it. Some of them he has started by giving us loans through the Exim Bank to boost industry, to keep financing at a lower cost. That will enable us to put up more industries. In Ghana, we are not doing a lot of sterile production. That's a key area that we need to look at, because almost all injectables, about 80% of injectables and infusions are all imported. So that is the area we need to get the support to be able to build this plant, and then we can reduce our wage bill. We give employment to our people. Once they get employment, there's money in their pocket.
This, however, is not enough, as some government policies truncate the value chain. The Ministry of Health, for example, gives only one company the contract to distribute nationwide a drug at a time. This, the Chamber of Pharmacy says, creates shortage and puts others out of business.
The Chamber appreciates the framework contract. We think that it will help reduce prices of medicines, and that will ensure the sustainability of the National Health Insurance Scheme. But its current state of its implementation is not the best. A situation where one company is awarded the supply of a product across the country. And that is also creating monopoly for some of the companies. We think it needs to be reviewed so that all the players within the industry could have some form of supplies.
This year's Africa Industrialization Day has the pharmaceutical industry in focus to make sure drugs reach every person who needs it to achieve the Sustainable Development Goals.